Today we're going to start tiling our kitchen. Many of you guys know that we're in the middle of a home renovation and we're trying to work on our kitchen. We'd like to get our kitchen back, and this is the next step that we can do right now, is getting the floor tiled. So we have our detra cut and we're going to start putting that down and hopefully get to tiling later today. We already mixed up the mortar, so it's ready to go. This hopefully goes quickly. I'm not sure how far this bucket's going to go, so
we have more laid out if we need to do more.
Yeah. We got the detra down and we had just enough mortar. That was the perfect amount for this amount of detra. So that's where we're gonna stop with that. I think I'm gonna go outside, mix up a new batch of mortar and start laying tile. I'm really kind of not in the mood to do tile right now because it's a mentally challenging job for us, but I think we're gonna push through it and at least get these 3 rows coming out of the hallway continuing down here. So we'll see how that goes. So we're ready to start laying tile, and today we're going to be trying something new. So this is pretty cool. These are called Spin Doctor Tile Lippage Control System. And these were gifted to us by 1806 Stonehouse, so thank you so much. We're actually really excited to try these. It's basically a 2-part system, and we'll try to show it when we're using them. Like I said, this is my first time ever using these, so it's going to be cool to see how they work. But this is the tile spacer. And this will go under the edge of the tile. And this sticks up, and you'll put this on. And you'll tighten it down, and what it does is it'll bring the 2 sides of the tile level with each other. So it'll kind of level them. In the hallway, we kind of leveled them by eye, and it was kind of tricky, so we have some that are a little higher than the other. So we're looking forward to seeing how smooth and level we can get our floor with these.
For this first run, we'll have to use our old style.
Yeah.
Where it hits the old tile.
All right.
And just make sure you look them over.
Yeah, I'm trying to. On these first few, yeah, we got to use these old style, and you'll see why in a minute. So I guess we just stick them right under here at the edge. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay. There's some?
No, I gotta do
You
these.
can hand them to Daddy.
Oh.
Get some more.
Feeling restricted. I want to make these work, but they're not feeling right. I can't clean out my grout lines. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't like how I can't wiggle my tile in, and I can't slide them around easily. Like, it feels looser. Like, look at it.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we just keep going with it and see how it turns out?
I'm just picturing all this mortar I gotta clean out later when it's hard.
Well, we won't wait as long to clean it out.
No, like, I want to like them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we thought we would.
I'm just trying to figure out what to do right now. Maybe I can just put them on the ends.
What do you mean by on the end?
Well guys, we got almost four rows of tile done in the kitchen. That's pretty good. It was a little bit stressful at the beginning, but we pulled through it, got it done, and it looks pretty good. I'm happy with how it came out. It's messy right now, but this will all clean up fine. Pretty soon, we're just gonna let the tiles set up a little more before we start sponging them down. For some reason, tile in this house has been like a big stress for us. When we've done tile in the past, it's always just been pretty normal. I don't know, just we did it, we got it done. It's always come out pretty good. But this time it feels mentally challenging to just
For some reason, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know if we're just trying too hard, overthinking it. I have no idea, but it just feels... It could just be the pressure of so much going on already. We've been non-stop with renovating. This is the fastest we've ever renovated an entire house. It usually has taken us like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So we've done like years worth of work in a year.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's probably what it is.
It could just be the mental burden of everything piling up. I have no idea. But anyway, overall, it came out good. I'm disappointed that these Spin Doctor tile levelers didn't work out for us. I was really excited to try them. They look really well made. They seem pretty cool. But I'll tell you what, it just gave me so much anxiety trying these out. It was crazy. But we do appreciate the gift. Like I said, 1806 Stonehouse sent these to us. And he's used them with great success. But for some reason, they just didn't work for us. I was thinking they probably do work really well for the larger tile, especially like he's using a lot of real stone, marble, and it's square edged. It's super important to get that kind of stuff super level. And he also is using a lot thicker mortar bed than we're using. I found these difficult with these small tiles because I couldn't settle the tile in as nicely as I wanted to. I like to really shimmy the tile down and get the back really coated well. I want full coverage, and I want to be able to push it down where I want it. And I felt like these were hindering me from getting it where I wanted it and be able to wiggle it. And
you even lifted up a few, and there was
places
where there was still ridges.
I feel like it wasn't letting me push it down the way I wanted to and not getting the coverage I needed. The other thing that bothered me was that it seemed to be gapping the tiles wider than I wanted to. No matter how hard I pushed the tile against them, it just wouldn't sit against them. It was a little bit loose in there, and I don't know what was causing that. That was weird. And then the third thing I didn't like was that I couldn't clean out my grout lines. My grout lines always have a lot of mortar in them, and I try to clean them out as I go. But with these in the way, I couldn't get that excess mortar out. And it was just messing me all up. My tiles were not setting right. They weren't lining up right. And maybe there's a learning curve to these, and I don't know. This wasn't the time for a learning curve, so we just wanted to get it done.
Yeah. We can just use the old ones. Quicker, easier, we're used to them.
We just use these little plastic spacers. Clumsy. Hard to hold on to. And they work. That's fine. I don't need to do it anymore. They work really well for us, and actually it made this whole job go really quick. And I actually like being able to just push the tile down and move it around and spread the gaps the way I want and kind of level them by eye.
And then also with the kinds we're using, the white ones, you can put them in the corners so that you know that your corners are lining up.
Squared up, yeah. So I guess it just comes down to preference and what works best for us. That's all we can do.
I really didn't think they wouldn't work.
Yeah, but now I got these really cool levelers, and now I got to find another use for these. So I'll be thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do feel bad about them not working, especially being a gift and everything. It's really hard for us because we do appreciate everything, and just sometimes things just don't work out. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it. This is looking really good. That's a big progress done. That was a little more than a bag of mortar. My mix was a little wet, so I added some to it, but it was basically one bag.
And that's pretty much our limit for a day because we just get worn out for some reason.
Well, it's the next day. The tile is set enough that we can kind of walk on it. I wouldn't jump on it, but I could walk on it. And so we're going to start cleaning up the mortar mess. Our tiles are a little bit messy. Cleaning up the grout lines, taking out that excess grout or mortar that's in there. These are easy, just pop them out. But These are a little bit different. I accidentally tripped on this and broke that one off. But I think you just hit them. Is that the idea, Ashley?
Yeah, you kick them or something.
Do you take these off? Or do
you take the red part off.
Take it off.
Those can be reused.
You sure you take them off?
Yeah.
They're just showing kicking it with the red thing on.
They are?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So that works.
Honestly, though, it probably doesn't matter. You take them off first.
It matters.
It might.
Alright. So we'll just pick up all these and then we'll sponge this down.
Overall, though, it came out pretty good. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. So here it is. The tiles cleaned up really neatly. They look really good, actually. I'm happy with the spacing. Some of them are a little bit high and low from each other, but really not by much. Pretty satisfied.
And I don't know if you can see it, but the lines are pretty straight.
So we're feeling a bit of motivation, right?
I guess so.
And we're going to keep tiling. This is what we did previously right here. And obviously this is a new Ditra. I got a piece I cut for here. So I'm hoping to put that down, and then we're going to get as much of this row done as possible. But we don't have much time to do it, so we're going to try to work fast today. Good. This is kind of unexpected. We weren't really planning on doing tile today. But we have a few minutes, so I actually don't feel very stressed about it today. I think it'll go fine. I think one of the keys is not overthinking it and just doing it.
Yeah.
Not being a perfectionist. We'll see. Just gonna load it up a little.
Nothing.
Well, I don't know how well we were able to show it, but we got a lot more tiling done and used up another bag of mortar, so I'm happy about that. I got tiled the section that I needed tiled for another job that's coming up, and we're just pushing through and getting done what we can each day. Super cold out, hard to wash off the tools when we're done. This isn't the best time of year to be tiling, but you know, it's coming out pretty good. I think there's some size differences between the tiles, so it's kind of hard to get those lines straight. Doing the best I can to keep them level, square, everything looks good.
Yeah.
You're probably wondering why we have a chicken on our lap in our bedroom, but what happened was we were finishing up tiling. I went outside to clean the tools, and Ashley came outside to just check for eggs. We just closed up the coop.
And I opened the coop because I wanted to count them with the flashlight, make sure they were all there. And then I noticed the perch was all bloody in a spot. So then I told Doug, and then we lifted her up, the one that was next to the blood, and her feet were all bloody. So we brought her in and washed her off in the tub.
Yeah, she was covered in blood. It looked really bad, but after cleaning her off, it actually isn't that bad at all.
It's just like one of her nails.
I'll try to show you. She's a little messy from the water and the blood, but you can show this. Yeah, there's one little toenail.
It's this nail right here.
And it's just bleeding right around the nail. So she must have caught it on something. Or...
And then while we were out there, we noticed there was a blood spot next to the water So I don't know if her nail got stuck in the ice or something. I have no idea.
Yeah. We're happy it's not like major, but we washed it off. And
It stopped bleeding for the most part.
Yeah, it must have been bleeding heavy because there was a lot of blood out there. But yeah, just her toenail. I don't see any injury just coming out around the toenail. So we're letting her dry off for a few minutes because we don't want to put her back outside. It's really cold tonight. And washing her off, we got the feathers on her belly wet. So
yeah.
Hopefully she'll dry off quick. We can put her out there to sleep and she'll be back to new. And this breed, we're just loving them. This is
a really awesome northern breed.
Yeah, and this is the white Chanticleer, bred in Canada, Canadian breed, and so calm. Look at her. We don't spend a lot of time with them, but they're so gentle. If they're outside and you try to walk up to them, they'll run away, but they're not super flighty and they're not super aggressive. Mm-hmm. So they're really calm, and
they lay eggs during the lesser daylight hours of winter.
We see so many people trying to get their chickens to lay more eggs in the winter, and they're always trying to gimmick up the next thing to try to figure out how to get them to lay more. And ours just laid so wonderfully, and they just began.
No artificial lighting.
And now I can't say that all Chanticleer chickens will lay eggs the same, but if it's the true breed and you have a good genetic line, they're bred to lay throughout the winter. So
yeah, that's one of their main awesome traits.
Other than that, today we actually went out shopping and we stopped at a local place that sells cabinets. I got a quote on new cabinets for our kitchen, and that's pretty cool. I don't want to give away any information until we decide. We haven't decided yet if we're going to go with this, but it's looking really positive. And if it works out, we may be able to order another kitchen cabinet set soon. Mm-hmm. We'll see. We'll see. But we've definitely been shopping around, and that was a big step forward today, just getting that quote. And it was pretty good, reasonable, and we'll see what we're going to do and take it from there. I don't know. We've been shopping online, too, for cabinets, and we've seen some good deals and some good cabinets. Actually, I saw one today that I thought was a pretty good cabinet, too. And it would be a tough tie between the two we're looking at right now. But since they're similar price, I'm almost thinking of just going with what I can get locally and having that local connection that I can go to if there's any problems. Because there's always that chance of risk when you're buying online. You see what we're going through now. So we'll see. We'll tell you guys all about it if we buy cabinets, and we'll share what brand we went with and what we think about the whole process. I know a lot of you are waiting to find out and are curious about RTA cabinets in general, so we'll do our best to find something good and share it with you. So I guess that's all we have for now. We got a lot of work done. Kitchen tiling is underway, and we're probably not going to grout until we get the whole kitchen done, so we can do it all at the same time and have it kind of color matched. We're afraid to grout partial and then do more later, and you might see that.
It's just easier to do it all at once, too.
Yeah. So as always, we really appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, take care.
Bye.